All right, I think we are now live on the Wade's Ventures YouTube channel, guys. Holy moly, it's been crazy. YouTube has changed some settings, and it is a crazy thing about starting an event in YouTube now. So I gotta learn the new settings, guys. So I want to say welcome everybody in. We have a really cool guest tonight. And so let me say hello to some people here. The chat is flying already. All right, Mr. Rusted Raccoon is first. Moonlight, Moolah, what's going on, my man? Hickory, great job on your Instagram. I'm super proud of you. Thrifty Santa, I talked to him for about 20 minutes on the phone yesterday. He had guys, don't laugh, but the Santa had the biggest Barbie doll haul ever. So go on his YouTube channel and you'll see, or excuse me, his Instagram, and you'll see all the Barbies he picked up. It was insane. What's going on, Adam? Hugo, guys, if you guys looked at my last Instagram post, I gave a huge shout out to my man Hugo, and people are loving on him right now and his amazing wife. So go check them out, guys, if you're not already on Instagram. And we have another Thrifty Dads in the house. I like it. I like it. All right, so let's get started since I'm already kind of late. Before we get started, if you're new to this channel, please think about subscribing because we do a lot of cool stuff on the Wade's Ventures YouTube channel. We're approaching 5,000 amazing people a part of this channel. And we do these interviews Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, guys. And the purpose of these interviews, if you have not been here, is to showcase amazing people, really cool resellers around the US and possibly around the world, and interview them, ask them how they do their business, and how basically the whole reselling integrates with their life. And we do that Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. So welcome in, guys. So tonight we have a pretty popular guest tonight, guys. He has been a part of my channel for a very long time, and been an extremely amazing person in chat constantly. A lot of you guys know him, and I tried to get him on last week, couldn't, so we had to do it this week. And today we have Mr. Thrifty Dad in the house, guys. So without further ado, let me pass it over to my man over here so he can introduce himself. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Most of y'all know me. For those who don't, my name is David Jeffers, also known as Thrifty Dad. I'm a full-time reseller. I'm married. I have 3 children, and I do this with 3 children running around going crazy. That's the whole point of the whole Thrifty Dad. If you have young children, it's a different scenario, but once they get older, oh, Lord, I don't even know what to tell you. But either way, I'm a full-time reseller. I'm actually a retired tattoo artist. I own several tattoo shops and sold all my tattoo shops to sell on eBay full-time. And I'm also prior military, Navy man. I didn't retire from the Navy. I really wish I did. But nevertheless, I was making more money doing reselling than I was tattooing. And I just said, you know, the heck with it. I'm just going to do this. I ain't got to deal with nobody. I can just sit at home and do this. You know, so I'm just trying to make a full-time living with 3 children at home. And it's a lot different when you got children than if you're single or if you don't have any children. You know, it's a whole nother ball game. And I just appreciate the chance to be on here with Wade. It's an honor. And, you know, before we even get started, I just want to say thank you.
Well, first of all, I don't know if you saw the last live show we did, or no, the live show we did Monday, and we had a really cool guest, and her husband is in the armed forces, and so I appreciate you. My grandpa was in the Navy, and I think that's really cool. Tattoo artist, man, yeah. I want to get a tattoo. Here's the thing: there's 2 issues with the tattoos here. I'm like, I wanted a really cool tree. I know it sounds crazy, but I wanted I can't explain it. I wanted a really cool tree. But then I was like, let me lose some weight first. And then that weight never got lost. And so for the last 10 years, I've been thinking, you know, I want to get a tattoo. And I'm like, well, let me lose the weight first. And I need to lose the weight. It still hasn't happened. So I don't know if it'll ever happen. But And I echo that. Kids, oh my gosh, it brings in a whole nother dimension to reselling. It's crazy. So I appreciate you coming on here. We're going to dive into this. We're going to get into this. And I'm curious how you resell full-time kids. But before we do, guys, Mr. Thrifty Dad has an announcement. He doesn't know he has to say here. I saw your Instagram. Let me pull it up here. I always like to pull up. It up on the spot, guys. Let's see. Thrifty Dad has got something on Instagram I want to show you guys. Give me 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Okay, here we go. I found it. All right. Let me scroll down here a little bit, Mr. Thrifty Dad. I've got it. Now, he has a new toy.
Oh.
We may want, look at this. Look at that. Holy moly. So let me read your caption here. Bought me a car today, paid for it with used jeans and shoes. Thank you, eBay. Guys, isn't that hilarious? I saw that and I couldn't stop smiling. I thought, dude, way to go. Seriously. Nobody would have believed you're a full-time reseller buying a new car like that. That is incredible.
I appreciate that. That's the first nice thing I've done for myself in probably 7 years. Because when you have children, in a full-time family, you have to take care of them first. There's always family first, and then as a man, a true man, you put yourself last. And actually, the funny story is with that, I was actually my wife got a part-time job, and we needed another vehicle, so I went looking for another vehicle, and I was looking at Hondas, looking for family-friendly cars. And my wife told me, well, why don't you go over to this other side of town and look? And when I got out the car, that car was actually cheaper than the Honda. So I said, hey, we're going with it. And, the rest is history. But that's the first nice thing I did for myself. And I'm glad that I did it. I really enjoy it. And you got to think, wait, for the last 7 years, about 7 years, I have literally done nothing but eBay 7 days a week, every day. As soon as I wake up to the time I go to bed is every single day. And I don't complain about that. I enjoy it. That's what takes care of my family. That's why I'm doing this. But that was a nice little treat for myself. So now I got, a new little hobby for myself.
So I couldn't echo that anymore. Like, you got to pat yourself on. There's nobody patting you on the back. You got to get something nice. I'm trying to think of what I splurge on. Let's see. It's not nearly as cool as what you did. But I want to say that you're going to look stylish out there going to the Goodwills and the thrift stores. Trying that thing, right? I mean, you're going to feel good about buying stuff at these stores, bringing it home and crushing it. And I think it's really, really cool that you put family first. Can't echo that anymore. I do want to make a couple comments, though, Mr. Thrifty Dad here. We have Beth, 10 of Hearts. I don't know if you know her, but she says she is your number 2 fan. Did I read that right? Let's see, number 2 fan. I wonder who her number 1 or who your number 1 fan.
My Thrifted Escape, Alma.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that. Elma's your number 1. Okay.
Yeah, they are great.
Yeah, they are. Right. We everybody in here doesn't know, but me and Mr. Thrifty Dad have shared a Google Hangouts already before on her channel, My Thrifted Escape. And that was really cool. All right, so let's get into this. 7 years crushing it Monday through Sunday on eBay. Is there not a better man that we can be talking to right now, guys? So tell me, what state do you live in? How did you get started on eBay? How does making artwork on people's arms and everywhere else and then transitioning to eBay, how did that happen?
Okay, well, I'll try to make a long, short story really short. Well, I was tattooing and I made a lot of money tattooing. I really enjoyed it, and but it did take a lot of my time. It also was a 7-day-a-week job, owning the shop and dealing with employees and customers and drawing the stuff up. And I was very successful at it, but I was unhappy because of the amount of time it took. And I always had to like eBay, I can get up in the morning and once I get the kids to school, I can get naked if I want, and work from home on a computer. But it was always P's and Q's, always had to look good. It was every single day. And before I was married to my current wife, Vicky, I had a girlfriend at the time who was doing eBay, and she was selling Yankee candles. And before that, I have never heard of eBay, never even heard of it. And I said, "You're doing what?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm selling these candles on eBay, Yankee candles." And she was trying to get like top rated seller or something. And I said, "Man, I'll crush that mess." I said, "Show me what you got going on." Well, next thing you know, I started selling Yankee candles on eBay and became a top rated seller within a month. And the whole top of I had a 2-story tattoo building, and the whole top story was just, it was empty. So I just filled it with shelves all the way around. Next thing you know, I had, man, hundreds and hundreds of Yankee candles. I looked like a Yankee candle store in the top, and I was selling it to clients. They were like, "Man, what, it smells so good in here." I'm like, "Man, I sell Yankee candles upstairs." So I started selling Yankee candles and started crushing it. And, then I evolved the cookie jars, and I mean, you name it. And I just kept evolving, adding things to my portfolio. And one day I started thinking, man, I'm making more money selling on eBay than I am tattooing. And if you know anything about tattooing, tattoo artists make a lot of money. They charge a lot of money for their work. So I was making good money, but like eBay was killing it. And it just kept killing it and kept killing it. I finally said, "Man, forget this." I sold all my shops and said, "I'm just going to sit at home and do this full time." And that's what I did. And I was selling I just started selling clothes probably 7 or 8 months ago. Somebody that I knew put me down with it. I'm actually 10K on the Bay, now Daily Refinement. I started watching him, and he was doing the clothes game. And I said, "Man, I'm gonna check into that." And now I'm selling nothing but clothes and very little hard goods. But so I left all that behind, hung my tattoo guns up, and started selling. And never looked back. And it's the best thing that's ever happened to me, because I can be here with my children. When they get home from school, I'm here. When they go to school, I'm here. And I remember as growing up, I was a key kid. My parents were gone before I went to school. When I came home, they wasn't home. They were still at work, so I had very little interaction with my parents growing up, other than that 2-hour time, frame from when they got home. So I wanted to be different for my family. I wanted to actually have an input in how they were being raised and be there. So here I am, and I've been eBaying full time. It's probably been 8 years full time, thereabout. And I just keep growing and growing and growing. I've done everything from storage units to estate sales. I don't do the storage units anymore. I know you might still, but I found that you get a whole bunch of dirty underwear and it junk. There's a lot of stuff in the storage unit that you can't put on eBay. You have to go to, flea markets or, have yard sales. And I just wanted to concentrate strictly online. I wanted to have more say-so over the items that I bought. And it was really great when I was doing the storage units, because you never know when you open that next box up, it could be a gold mine. But I like just going to the thrift store, hand-picking my items. I know what I'm getting. I don't have a whole bunch of stuff to redonate or throw away. And I don't have to have no dirty underwear or socks. So, but that's me in a nutshell, brother.
Oh my, guys, give this man some love. That's the first time I heard about the term key kid before. And it's funny when you said that, because there's a lot of kids out there that are, right. They get home, their parents get home at what, 5, 6, probably 6, some 7. Then they have a 2-hour window, and then the day starts over again. It's funny how you don't really think about that stuff until it's brought, like it's crazy. And I think that's really cool. Now that you've said that, it makes me a whole nother appreciation for working full time, because you really don't break down the hours like that. People come home 6, maybe later, depending on traffic. You eat, and then typical kids, they go to bed what, 9, 10. I don't know. My little guys. So It's that's incredible. I think that's really cool. I I think it's funny though that people would go in there and get tattoos and be like, "Oh my god, this place smells amazing." This place, you get best of both worlds, right? You get in there and it smells like, you know, a Hallmark card, you know, and then you get your tattoo. That would have been amazing. But it's funny how, had you not met, you know, at the time your girlfriend, you may not be talking to me today. You would probably still be doing tattooing, right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I never heard of eBay, Amazon, or nothing. So you know, everything happens for a reason. So I'm glad that I met her. I'm glad that she's gone, and you know, and I'm in my current situation because my wife is amazing. You know, she helps me with eBay. She's the posh queen. She gets on there sharing and everything. The reason my posh is doing so well now is solely because of her. Because I don't have time really to do, you know, hardcore eBay and posh and be a father. So she really steps up and helps me a lot with that.
So I have a lot of questions I gotta ask you. But before we ask these questions, I have 90 people watching, guys. So do me a favor, do two things. One, somebody please tell me if the like button is on this side or this side. So every video I don't have to guess. I think it is on this side to me, but it could be on this side. And also, make sure that you subscribe to Thrifty Dad's YouTube channel. He's got a YouTube channel. I'm subscribed. The way it happens, basically, guys, is hopefully that is the link because I had to change the whole events up quite a bit. But that being said, guys, subscribe to his YouTube channel and let me know what subscriber number you are so I can shout you out and to give you a big shout out for that because he's got some content. We'll go into that towards the end, kind of what he's going to do with his YouTube channel and Instagram and all that jazz. But subscribe to his YouTube channel, and I'm going to constantly be putting it in chat, guys. All right, so real quick, before I forget, is the amazing wife in chat today?
No, she's not in chat. She's giving our daughter a bath and getting the kids ready for bed. If she walks by, I'll call her in here.
Now, is she full time? I mean, she has a job now, and then she kind of helps with Poshmark on the side?
Yeah, she was full time with me, and with the summer slowdown, because I was doing about 10,000 a month, and when it broke down to about 7 with the summer, she decided to go, hey, I'm gonna go get a part-time job. So she works 2 days a week, and then the rest of the week she's with me. And I really couldn't do it without her. She's the absolute best.
You know what? We gotta give the wife some love. Who's the cook in the family?
She is. Not me. I pretty much do nothing but eBay. That's all I do. It's like all day, every day, just eBay. Make sure the kids are okay, play with my daughter, and then go back to eBay.
So we have Hickory said Thrifty Dad is on the big screen tonight, by the way. On the big screen.
Hey, excuse me. My wife is in the chat. Vicky Jeffers. I just seen her in the chat. She said that her and my daughter are watching.
Oh yeah, I do see her in the chat, guys.
Yeah, oh, here she is behind me. You see?
I just got off a 12-hour shift, so.
This is my wife, Victoria. Where's my princess? Come here, princess. This is my princess right here. Daddy's little angel. She's mean as the devil. But Alyssa. And my two boys are in there playing PlayStation 4.
You got an amazing family. Nice to meet you. He's been he's an amazing father and dad because he's been on here for half an hour, and all I hear about is good things out of your family. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But the reason we do this, guys, and the reason that I love doing these interviews is
She's a little model.
You put a camera on her way and it's showtime. She wants to dance and everything.
You taught her right. Seriously. I think David, I think social media, not just social media, but putting yourself out there helps kids. You know, it makes them more outgoing. I think it helps. So I think it's really, really cool that you have, you know, that relationship. And are they ever on your YouTube?
Excuse me, I'm sorry. What did you say?
Are the kids ever? Do they ever go on YouTube?
Yeah, with me. Yeah, they'll jump on there with me. You can't get around that unless I do YouTube while they're in school. If I'm at home, they're gonna find their way walking past. You'll see the little eyeballs creeping around the corner, peeking. You know,
Awesome.
yeah.
Well, let me ask you. So, you know, kind of give me a lay of the lands of where you're at. And I like to ask this because I kind of want to know what since you're full time, it's really, and you've been doing it for 7 years. Kind of tell me how you do your daily life. Like, where do you live? What state? How often are you sourcing? Do you have certain days, or is it just random? Kind of give me like a layout of your business if you can.
Okay, well, I live in Virginia, the Hampton Roads Tidewater area. I am really blessed because this area is high military traffic. There is Norfolk Naval, Air Force, Army. You got everything right here. So you have people coming and going, moving, and whenever the military families move, they send stuff out, they donate it, they go overseas, or they come back over from overseas. So there's like literally, Wade, from my house in a 30-minute radius, there's probably 14 Goodwills. That's not counting the DAVs, the disabled veterans, all the other thrift stores. But the Goodwill itself is probably 14 within a 30-minute radius. So every morning I wake up around 5:30. I make sure the kids get up, get them dressed. I take the boys ride the bus. My daughter, I drive her to school. And then after I drop her off at school, I head off to a thrift store, and I pick a different thrift store every day. I probably go to about 2 a day, and then I come back home. Whatever I found that day, I list, or I try to list, and then I do it all again tomorrow. And that's pretty much my day every single day. I pack my stuff up as it sells, and I do same day shipping. With the cutoff time at 2 p.m. So, whatever sells up to 2 p.m., I go to the post office at 2 p.m. But it's like every single day I go thrifting every day. And at first, when I was doing it, when I first got into the clothes, I was trying to buy as much, whatever I could find cheap. But now I have refined it back to where I'm looking for the high quality stuff. Because it takes you the same amount of time to list a $10 item as it does a $100 item. So I'd rather invest that time in thrifting and finding the high dollar items. And then I can come home, and even if I'm only listing 10 items, it's actually the same or more than if I list 30 or 40 $10 items. So I leverage my time like that. And the whole trick to eBay, in my opinion, is brand recognition. Learning your brands, knowing what to buy and what not to buy. And you're going to make a lot of mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes. There's not an eBayer out there that haven't made a ton of mistakes. So I made a ton of mistakes, and I probably got 200 or 300 items on my eBay that is mistakes, that I just don't want to let go yet. But at some point I'm going to have to let go. But eBay actually offers you at the bottom of your seller hub on the right-hand side sourcing opportunities, to where you can go on there and click on and see what the top 10 items are in any particular category, used and new. So that's 20 different items in that category. 20 used, pair of women's jeans, or the 20 pair of new women's jeans. What's the most sought after items on eBay? So I started making notes of those, and I would search them and research them, and then go look for those items. And after doing that for so long, you get pretty good at it, so I can come home with 10 items or 15 items, list my stuff and make my money. But it's all about brand recognition. And I tell you, IG, Instagram is a great source. If you follow, my IG is pretty much nothing but resellers. I think I might have 2 family members on there. Everybody else is resellers, and I'm always on there stalking and lurking. Put your bolos up there. Put what you sold. you know, and I'm taking notes, I'm learning, you know, and that's what is really good for that. So I learned a lot from Instagram. You know, it really helps me when I see what other people are having success at, you know, then I feed off of that, and I can also be successful doing the same thing they're doing.
So guys, your boy over here at Thrifty Dad knows what's going on. So go check out his Instagram, and you post quite a bit too. You know, I couldn't agree with you more. Like the idea that you can go in there and see what's hot, what's actually selling in the used and new category on your seller hub is cool. It like gives you the blueprint of exactly what you need to buy because that's what's selling. I think that's crazy cool. And guys, if you have any questions, like this is the man you can contact on Instagram. He's been doing it for 7 years, and I like the fact that, you know, you're still learning because I'm still learning, and I have made a lot of mistakes. Are we still selling candles on eBay?
No, I'm not currently selling candles on eBay. However, if I see a good candle, you'd be surprised, Wade. I'm gonna break this down to you real quick. Yankee Candle, some of the old Yankee candles with the black labels, they have a black line around them. They're worth more than the standard labels. And I've seen a Yankee Candle go for $5,000. $5,000 for a daggone Yankee Candle. So there's money in Yankee, and people take that stuff real serious. But it's like anything, you know, jeans, shirt, Yankee Candles, Hot Wheel cars. There's always that bolo in each category, and it just takes you time to learn it. And I would travel. I would go to the Yankee Candle outlets in Williamsburg, Virginia. I would go to different states. I would go to little mom and pop shops on the side that might have had Yankee Candles there for years, you know, and I would just buy it up. Now it's more of anything that I can buy and I can flip, I'm going to buy it. I don't care. I don't care what it is. If I can make a buck on it, I'm going to buy it. But no, not currently. Right now, I'm pretty much, I would say 98% clothing, because there's so much clothing around. And I'll tell you what, everybody, you know, well, 99.9% of the world has feet. So if you can find some shoes, you're in there. You know, they got feet. And if they don't have feet, they at least they might have 1 foot, you know, so you can sell 1 shoe. You know, so shoes are my greatest thing. I love shoes. If I could sell nothing but shoes, that's all I would sell. Shoes. That's the greatest item. If you want to make 100, I currently make 6 figures on eBay, and I have been doing so for about 7 years now straight. And if I could sell one thing, it would be shoes. The only reason I'm not only selling shoes is because I can't find enough shoes. I can't find enough. You know, I need to probably find 50 shoes a week, and I just can't find 50 shoes in a week. You know, used. I buy used shoes. I don't, you know, I like buying the used and sell high. I see all them shoes behind you, and I'm sitting here drooling, looking at all them shoes behind you. I did go to Marshall's. I seen you on YouTube. I went to Marshall's. I went to all the, I did what you did. I went around looking, but in my heart, I just can't, man, it's hard for me to spend $15 and $20 for a shoe. I just can't do it. It's hurt me. Like, it's a physical pain. I think I might be having a heart attack when I'm paying that kind of money for them, because I know I can go to Goodwill and get it for $5. But either way, I just went off on a whole rant. I'm sorry.
No. Hey, if you didn't notice, but the title of this show is all about you. Like, when here's the thing. We have 104 people watching right now, guys. Thrifty Dad can tell you this is completely unscripted. I don't send any interviews, anything via email that they can look out for. Like, this is on the spot, on the fly interviews that you guys see, non-scripted. I did notice Thrifty Nomads from California said they are researching those candles as we speak.
Oh yeah, there's money. I give them a hint, and whoever that was, because I'm not paying attention, because I had to put my chat on my iPad, so I can't look over there. So if I missed the question, I'm sorry, but I love all of y'all. But if you go to Yankee Candle, there's always a section in Yankee Candles where they bring back the old candles, from, like the vintage candles. They bring them back with the new label and whatnot. Those are still worth a lot of money. And if you go to an outlet, you're going to get them candles for $10 or $15 a piece, and you'll make some bank off of candles. Yeah, and I've only had one candle. I've sold thousands of Yankee candles, and I've had maybe one or two break, and I'm not even sure that they really broke. It could be the whole con game. But you can put them in a regional A and ship them anywhere in the world, or anywhere in the United States for $10.50, at most. So there's money to be made in Yankee candles.
So we're gonna get right into this. What do you think? What are some things that you do that makes you successful? Like, name off. It could be anything, right? Websites that you use, just your process. Like, what has made you successful for 7 years? Like, what do you think people do when they first start eBay reselling that they could improve on, that you improved on?
I don't watch TV. I watch no TV. I'm not hip with any of the stuff that's on television. If I want to be entertained, I get on YouTube and I watch people like you. I was there when you first began. I remember you in your little gray tank top on day one, telling about, what you were doing and stuff. I was there. I didn't know that you would blow up to be what you are now. But I get on YouTube. That is my television, and I watch other resellers, Daily Refinement, Frenchie on there, the Elma, the Thrifty Escape, Ten of Hearts. I watch people and I learn from them. So everything is a learning experience for me. If I'm not watching YouTube, I'm on eBay researching. I'll just put in a broad stance, and this is a tip for everybody. Just put in men's shirts, men's button shirts, the broad, because it'll probably be like 1 million, but men's button shirts, and just start scrolling through the recently sold until you find something that's sold for $40 or $50. And you're like, oh, what the hell? That's $50, and then write that name down and then do an independent search on that name. And that's what I do. I don't watch any sitcoms or anything. I don't watch all the Paw Patrol that a man could possibly watch, with children and everything on Nickelodeon. But that's what I do for entertainment. I go and I research because I want to make this money. I'm driven. I want to make sure my family's okay. I want to show to my children. This is the most important thing, Wade. I want to show my children that they don't have to necessarily go get a 9-to-5 job. They don't have to go work for somebody else and make a big pie that they only get a little piece of. I'm showing my children that they can cook their own pie and they can eat the whole dang on pie. It's all theirs. And that's the biggest thing. And I'm being that example for my children. And I do have a college education. I don't use any of it. Everything I learned in the military, I don't use any of it. I'm just out there getting it every day. And if you want it, you can get it. It's all about how much energy you want to put into it. If you want to do this successful, I did stocks like you're doing. I watch you with your stock thing. I didn't do as well as you did. I'm not very good at stocks, apparently. But go out and get it. And you're teaching your children that they don't have to go, report to work at 6 a.m. and work till 4 or 5 and get home and live life 2 or 3 hours a day. So that's what I'm doing. I just want to show my children that they don't have to go and work with somebody else. They can take control of their own life, make their own money, and do their own thing.
So I don't know what to say next, guys. Thrifty Dad's got me stumped. I've got so can you show everybody your ring?
Where's it? I can't see the chat. Oh, Dad.
Guys, you can tell he loves his family. I do have a question here. So we have, what branch were you in?
Navy. I was a CB equipment operator in the Navy, and I was stationed at Gulfport, Mississippi, and Little Creek in Virginia.
So I by the way, the funny thing is I get this question on what do I sell on eBay? Like, new people are starting, and it's not a dumb question because I asked that same question.
Yeah.
I think one thing that you can, the cool thing is eBay shows you what is selling.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be a crazy world if eBay didn't show you what actually sold, just what's listed? So you know exactly what's selling. You know exactly what to pick up. So it's an incredible world we live in. And tell me, hey, your boy Wade over here likes shoes too. How do you how are you listing these shoes? How do you clean the shoes? Like, give me a shoe breakdown. Like any tips or tricks for selling shoes?
Okay, me personally, I don't buy any shoes in the bins. I only buy them from the outlet, from the regular retail center. And when I buy the shoes, I always, I think Ryan and Allie, I don't know, I'm sure you know who they are. But Allie always said, I'm looking for profits, not a project. And I don't want a project. So I don't want, if it looks like it needs a lot of work, a lot of cleaning and leather conditioning and shining, I don't even get it. I'm looking for shoes that it has minimum work involved, just to list. And I don't know everything about shoes. I use the phone. I tell you, look it up. As Reezy Resell tell you, look it up. Get in the thrift store, find some shoes, and if you see something that you like, now I specialize in men's shoes. Men's stuff. But I'll buy anything. I don't care. It could be toddler stuff if I think I make a buck off of it. But I look at shoes and stuff and I say, hey, those look like they are high quality. Those shoes look like they could worth some money. I'll look them up. Nike has a little number inside the tag. You just type a little number in and you can find exactly what it costs. So I'll look up those things and find it. And if I find it and it's worth some money, I'll buy it. Out here in Virginia, mostly 95% of your shoes, unless they mark them up crazy, $5 a piece. You can't go wrong with $5 a piece, anywhere. So I just look it up as I go and bring home the good ones and go with it. And now I love selling shoes, Wade, but I specialize in jeans. Everybody that knows me on Instagram knows I'm a jeans man. I specialize in jeans. I know my jeans, and I love selling jeans because 99.9% of the Americans have legs. And if you have legs and you don't want to go to jail for walking around naked, you're going to wear some pants. So I buy jeans, and it's a good thing to do. But when I buy them, you have to think, if people buy things on eBay for two reasons. Either one, because it's cost efficient, meaning they can get it from you cheaper than they can get it from the store. Or two, because of the rarity, meaning they can't get these jeans at Walmart or in the standard mall. So I keep that in mind when I go and source for jeans. So I'm looking for those jeans that aren't in, you can't buy in the mall. You can't buy in Walmart, and that's what I look for. And I specialize in jeans. That's what like I said in my Instagram post with the car, I bought this with used jeans and shoes. And I really did. I have no other source of income. That is it.
Oh man, I got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday open next week, Mr. Thrifty Dad. I can have you on every single night. People love you. Rusty Raccoon said Lieutenant Dan didn't have legs, but he still had the jeans on. Still had the jeans.
Yeah, he did. Even people with no legs wear jeans at this time up.
Yep. And you're good. Rattle off a few brands of jeans. I'm curious. What are you doing, men's or women's, or does it matter?
It don't matter. I'm not particular if it makes me a buck. Well, Hudson, I'll show you. You asked me beforehand if I had anything to show for a thrift haul. Most of my stuff I thrift immediately. As soon as I thrift it and come home, I list it. But and I prepackage it. So I'm sorry that this is already prepackaged, but my work's already done for the day. But like Hudson Hudson is a great pair of jeans. If you find a pair of men's Hudsons, they go a lot higher than women's Hudsons. I love selling men's jeans over women's jeans because men know what they want. They're not going to haggle with you. They're just going to buy it and be done with it. Women will haggle you. They want to know the size of every single thing, how many stitches in the legs. You don't even know how bad it is. But I love my women. They buy their jeans. True Religion is another brand that I buy. Every time I see True Religion, I pick it up. I buy True Religion. And now with shirts, I tell you, with shirts. Now, this is a Vineyard Vines Tucker shirt. And this is a OAP package ready to go. I print my little label out. That's how I do my inventory. So this is what the customer is going to get. Now, at first, I was selling a lot of shirts. But Daily Refinement, 10K on the Bay, Chris, he said that, he was leaving shirts alone because unless it was a, $25 or $30 shirt, it really, the shirt market is flooded on eBay. So I only source now the shirts that are 25 up. If it's below 25, I will leave it right there. I don't care what it's worth. If it's below 25, I don't even want it. And that's pretty much, Vineyard Vines. Now with jeans, I will buy new jean Levi's. Did you know if you ever go to Levi.com and look at some of their jeans, they got some $300 and $400 jeans on Levi's. A lot of people don't know that. They have what Levi's do is they go back and they're making a remake of the 1930 Levi's, the 1940 Levi's. They're remaking them. And they are charging a premium for them jeans. I mean, $300-$400. And you'll find these at the thrift stores all the time, with the selvage. I'm sure you know what selvage is with the line. You find selvage jeans, you pick them up, you grab them because there's money in the bank. So I love jeans because there's not a thrift store that you can go to in America that doesn't have rows and rows of jeans. So if you know what you're looking for, you'll get it.
Okay, first off, nuggets are flying in here. Nuggets are flying, but you got to show me the packages again. Was it your wife, or did you decide to do watermelon poly bags?
Oh, I did. It wasn't really my decision. It was Amazon's decision. Whatever was cheap. I do it differently. I have let me show you. Okay, here's some tablets. And women, if I pronounce this wrong, I'm sorry. The tablets, I don't know. I don't wear tablets. But for the women, they get pink flamingos and pretty little owls. Okay. And for the men, they get the watermelon. Now, all these go into a bin in my storage area. So whenever something sells, I can just look and say, hey, this is in bin B21. But then it helps me when I go to B21 and I know I'm looking for men's jeans. I know I'm not looking for pink flamingos or owls. I'm looking for some daggone watermelons. So that just helps me. Plus, when the people get them, they get a better experience. I try to give people a good experience. If you start the eBay process off with a good experience, the chances are better that you end with a good experience. So when people buy stuff from me, I actually don't wait till the next morning to ship out or wait till the night. I ship out as they go. And the reason why I use ShipStation, just because I have a lot of orders, and they send out an email, just like eBay does, saying, hey, your order just been shipped, to this address, blah, 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 blah. So as soon as they order it, within 5 to 10 minutes, they get an email saying your item's been shipped. That's a good experience because when I ordered something, I got some exhaust back here for my new car right behind me, and as soon as you order it, you're always looking at the orders, looking for tracking, waiting for this stuff to update, so that's the big thing. They get an email saying, hey, your item's been shipped. It's on its way. It starts it off with a good experience. And then when they get it all nice and pretty, blah, blah, blah. They get a good experience. And if you start the whole sell off with a good experience, then you're less likely to get a bad experience at the end with a bunch of complaining or negative feedback.
Oh man, you are a smart cookie. And if anybody, if I had to choose, I would never have guessed a handsome hunk like you who was in the military would be sending off watermelon and flamingos to eBayers. So it's hilarious. I love it. I love it. Flamingos. That's funny. How do you print off the labels? Can you show me the label again? I think that's really unique, and I think that's the first time I've seen that. I'm trying to look for like, oh wait, I got one. Well, I don't know, but yeah.
This is my label, and this label is actually the exact title on eBay. So if you type this in right here, you will see I just listed this today. And what happens is, because like I used to see Chris, I take the good and the bad, and I try to roll with it. He used to do numbers and clothespins and everything like that. But I print this off on a 450, Dymo 450, and I print my shipping labels off of 4XL, which I'm sure everybody else does also. But whenever I'm listing, I cross-post to Posh immediately, and I print the label out right then and there. So when I go to my tote to pull my item, there's no possible way to make a mistake because the label is the exact title on eBay. Oh,
mic drop. This is too expensive of a mic, David, but I would do it.
Don't drop that mic. Don't drop it. It's worth money.
I would do it for you, but I think that's also quality control. Man, there's like 4 things that you're doing that I have never, ever heard of on the Wade's Ventures YouTube channel. It never ceases to amaze me. After 100 interviews, you would think that there wouldn't be much more that you can say about eBay. But there is. It's crazy. I don't know if you have anything. I like to ask this question. You probably know this question. Is there any websites? You kind of gave us I like the Levi tip, but is there any websites or different things that you use on a day-to-day to help you with reselling or just like living frugal in general, or any apps on your phone or anything like that?
Not really. I use the Zappo shoe conversions for the shoes when I'm not sure if they're women's or men's. I'll compare it to the EU or UK sizing on Zappos, and it would tell me if it's a men's or women, based off of that. But other than that, I don't use any other app. I just use eBay. They tell you right there what to sell and what not to sell. I look under solds, and then I go to YouTube on channels like yours, My Thrifted Escape, 10 of Hearts. People are 10K on the Bay, which is daily refinement. I don't know why I keep saying 10K on the Bay is just stuck in my head forever. Either way, I just go to YouTube. Ryan and Allie, I love them. They're the most real YouTube channel ever. They just go out there and they would take you into the thrift store. I learned a lot from them, a lot. And my life is set up very similar to them, other than we have 3 children running around screaming and fighting. So now I don't have a lot of other special sites or nothing. It's just all about dedication. Turn the TV off, stop watching Grey's Anatomy and go to YouTube, and go to eBay and type in something and learn. You get out in life what you put in. If you put in a lot of energy, then you can get out a lot of energy. So I put the work in, and it works out for me.
I heard this recently. We grade our own report cards, at the end of our stay here on this planet Earth, right? And to your point, I don't think in the last few moments we're going to be thinking about episodes of Grey's Anatomy. So I think it's really cool that you don't watch TV and you spend it with your family trying to better things. That kind of leads me. We got 4 more questions, and then we'll cut it off here. But my next question, you've kind of already elaborated on this. You like there's a few YouTubers that you love watching. I like to ask this question so people in chat may be able to watch these YouTubers. So do you want to name off a few? We already know you watch me, and I appreciate that. But you want to name off a few others that you enjoy watching and why?
Well, I watch Daily Refinement. That's probably one of my first YouTube channels I ever started watching. Actually, was him. He was 10K on the bay at the time, and he was just starting off, and he was changing things up and going with it, and he just gives a lot of information. So I enjoy him. I watch My Thrifted Escape. She has a pajama party on Friday night for those who wants to get out there and wear the pajamas and work while they, or let me say, work while they watch YouTube. And, you know, she has a great community following her, a lot of great people. You definitely need to check her out. The Ten of Hearts, Beth, which you know, she is really great. I enjoy her. The Real Stitch, which is Frenchie, she just started up her YouTube channel, and she is probably the most funniest lady I've ever met in my life. And I met her when she posted something on, somebody tagged her on Instagram, but she was rapping inside of a convertible car, and I said, I don't know who this lady is, but I want to know who this lady is that has the balls to get on Instagram and just start rapping. And she is probably one of the greatest women that you ever meet, you know. So, you know, other than 10K on the bay and you know, most of my reselling people on YouTube are smaller resellers. They're not, you know, 6-figure sellers, you know, and I can relate to them a lot more than somebody who is selling, you know, $200,000-$300,000, you know, because I'm here with children running around, screaming, fighting, throwing food, you know, saying they don't have no homework when they really do have homework. You know, so I relate to that, you know, more so. So those are some of the people that I enjoy.
So I want to show you guys. You guys have already seen this, but I'll bring it up again here. Ready?
Hey everyone, it's Richie.
That's her.
Everybody, that I'm going to be on May's Ventures on Wednesdays, 6 o'clock Pacific time, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. This Wednesday, so don't miss it. I've got to tell everybody.
Wait for it. Wait for it. It's so funny that.
Hi everybody, it's Frenchie. Just wanted to let you know again that I will be on May's Ventures on YouTube.
I echo that. She's amazing. She's amazing, guys. Frenchie, go check out Frenchie. I missed everybody to subscribe to your YouTube. Oops, I missed everybody to subscribe to your YouTube channel, but I'm putting it back in there, guys. Subscribe to this man's YouTube channel. Tell me what is in store for your YouTube channel for everybody that subscribed to you tonight. So, what are we going to expect? Some good videos out of the household over there, and when can we expect them? I think people would honestly love you. That's the reason I love doing this show. I have done so many interviews now, and I truly, if there's one thing I want to be known for, and I say this a lot, but if there's one thing I want to be known for, it's like lifting people up and having them join social media, whether they want to start a YouTube channel or not, but just being a part of the community. That's what I want to be known for. I really, truly, I love like having people on the show. And then a lot of people go to them, subscribe to them, follow their journey. And then I love joining them in live chat. There's nothing more that satisfies me than helping somebody grow and then joining their creation. And so that's one reason why I love putting people on here that are not necessarily well known, so people can uncover these gems. I mean, had people not come on here, they would have never seen your watermelon polybaggers. They would never have seen the process you have with the label that shows the item that the customer's buying and the jeans and all that. So I appreciate you, and I think that a lot of people here are going to want to subscribe to you. So tell me kind of what's in store for your YouTube channel.
Well, I'm not a big YouTuber. I do it here and there as I get a chance, you know, between children screaming and yelling. Whenever they're in school and I get a free moment, I try to, you know, work on a video. So I'm never looking to actually monetize my YouTube. I mean, if it ever happened, years from now, then great. But I get on there and just try to help the average person, and I'm one of the people that if you message, I'm going to message you back. If you need help, I'm going to help you. I'm there. If you got a question, just ask it. I'm just a human, just like you. So I do YouTube as I can. And, Instagram, I don't even get on Facebook much. Facebook just fell off the face of the earth for me. I'm here and there on Facebook. Because most of Facebook is just family and Instagram is resellers, and that's how I make my money. So I'm always on Instagram. I keep planning. I keep saying I'm going to do more YouTube. I want to do at least a video a day. I mean, a video a week. So I'm hoping that works out for me. So we'll just see where it goes.
That's why I love like I said, it's the people with the purest intentions when it comes to YouTube that do extremely well. So guys, go subscribe to him. How has reselling changed your life for you and your family?
I mean, it's been a game changer for real, because before I was reselling, I never seen my family at all unless they came to the tattoo shop to visit me. I didn't see them. And that was a game changer, because once my daughter was born, she's a daddy's girl. When I got home from tattooing, she was asleep, and when I got up and went to work, she was asleep, so I never seen her unless she came to the shop to visit me. And that really stimulated me to, hey, I need to do something different, because I can't be putting all these hours in away from home. So reselling changed my life, because now I can have a more direct impact on my children. I have more say-so over, because if you're not teaching your children and raising your children, somebody else is, whether it be TV, whether it be school, the kids at school, the teachers, the neighbors, somebody is going to teach your children, how to be adults. And I want to be that person to teach my children, how to function as an adult. So reselling gave me that possibility, which ultimately helps them, helps them be a greater, impact to our community.
So I appreciate eBay for that. The fact that they can give us, and Poshmark too, but primarily eBay, right? They have most of the shoppers. So I appreciate eBay for giving us that opportunity, because had eBay not been here, what would we be doing, right? I wouldn't have this dad hat, and I wore the dad hat for you, Thrifty Dad. So guys, it's to that point. I just want to say it has been one of the best interviews that I personally have not done, because I've had you on here and you've done all the heavy lifting. So I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate all the love in chat. Can we give Thrifty Dad some love in chat, guys? Are you planning on going to eBay Open 2019?
I am planning on going to eBay Open if I'm able to. It's hard to find somebody to watch the children for a week, but then again, I'm thinking about just taking the children with me, letting them experience the whole Vegas experience. Because I'm not a party animal. I drink at home or something like that, but I don't go to clubs or bars or anything like that, so why not take them with me? So if I can afford it, I would love to go to eBay Open and enjoy myself there. I wanted to go last year. I kept playing with it in my head, and then I kept seeing everybody on Instagram having so much fun. But I don't want to do that alone. I want to have that experience with my family. I want them to go with me and enjoy it with me.
Oh man, you're amazing. You are amazing. I only did that because you know that us resellers have this. They're at the ready, right? Thrifty Dad, you got one of these?
Oh yeah, I got a couple of
them. By the way, real quick, I couldn't echo that anymore. Everybody was like, "What are you doing taking your two kids?" It worked out perfectly. It's a little bit challenging, but like, even small children have fun on there. Like my little guy Cade was there, and I took him. We saw the water. We strolled around Vegas. he had a good time. And I think that as even your kids will have a good time seeing like the waterfall at MGM and all that cool stuff there. There definitely is things you can do with your kids, especially if you're not there partying like you said. Although if you do go to eBay Open, I would love to get a group of us together and we can have lunch or dinner. I think that'd be really cool. Think about eBay Open 2019 now, guys. I was talking with Ashley and I was like, look, fourth quarter is going to go by quick. We're literally in fourth quarter right now, right? It's going to go by quick. And then 6 months later, you're in Vegas. Like literally 6 months later, you're at eBay Open 2019. And now that everybody's gone so far, they have they know what to expect. So it's almost like reuniting with family, right? I think it's really cool. So think about eBay Open 2019 and budget for it now if you possibly can in small amounts per month so that you guys can go. And we can hang out. We can have all the coffee. We can drink. They have fantastic food. Great time to network. It's an amazing time. So, and by the way, the wife is still in chat. She is dedicated.
Yeah, she is great.
She is dedicated.
She said we took all us to Atlantic City. Yeah, we took all our children to Atlantic City. So we can do it in Atlantic City, and I'm sure we could do it in Vegas. We enjoyed Atlantic City. It was pretty good. But I imagine Vegas is like a step up from Atlantic City. So I'm looking forward to it. It's family first. That's the absolute first thing. Without family, you don't have nothing. I don't care if you have $1 million. It don't mean nothing if you don't have somebody to come home to, and that loves you. So yeah, if I go to eBay Open, all my children will be with me.
So that brings me to the very, very last question. I know it's sad, guys. I know that time flies. I've heard that a lot, guys. Let me know in chat when you guys watch the interviews. You don't realize, but an hour flies by like that, right? It flies by quick, even for me, even for my guests. But you guys all know what the last question is. Before you say the last question, I want to see how many people know what my last question is. So, guys in chat, please let everybody know what is the last question we ask on the Wade's Ventures YouTube channel. Let me know. Let's see who the first person who puts that in the chat is. Real quick, David. Or can we get a drum roll? Let's see. Does anybody know what the last question is that we are going to ask on the Wade's Ventures YouTube channel? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. I know there's a delay, 5-second delay, so I got to give them a second. What is the last question? Words of inspiration. Beth 10 of Hearts. She was the first person, David. So what's words of inspiration for you?
I got some words. This is Poshmark. Okay. Give me a second. Okay. eBay, watermelons, pink flamingo. But and I do a scan sheet with all these, Wade. So when I go to the post office, they just scan a sheet and they throw these in a bin. But Poshmark, as you know, they don't have no scan sheets. You have to scan each one individually. But the only way that I can know my Poshmark from my eBay is I put a special sticker on my Poshmark. And it's punch today in the face. So that is my words of inspiration, is punch today in the face. That's it right there. Because tomorrow ain't even here, and yesterday done left. So all you got's today. So you might as well just punch today in the face, because I'm pretty sure they did it. So I put that on every single Poshmark, mailing that I go out, every item that goes out, so that I know the difference. But that's my motto. Punch today in the face.
Punch today in the face, guys. I love it. I love it. Who recommended you come on the channel? Because it's been amazing. I appreciate you coming on. Truly blessed. I do know that Beth 10 of Hearts, who was on my YouTube channel, she is really cool, guys. She's going to be doing a live show right after this, and I will definitely be in chat. So if you guys want to go check that out, just type in Beth 10 of Hearts on YouTube and subscribe to her. She's always been a very, very, very big fan of mine. Sorry, guys, I got this weird thing on my fingernail. And then that being said, make sure you hit the like button right here. Please hit the like button so more people can discover him. And go subscribe to his YouTube channel. It'll be in the description. His Instagram will be in the description. And I just want to say it was a pleasure. I do have 2 videos coming out Friday and Saturday. One video is going to be titled, How Can I Help You? You guys will understand when you see it. It's different ways that I can personally, touch your situation on social media. And then the second one is going to be about different websites and stuff that I use. So look out for those videos. Until next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we have 3 really cool guests next week. And I just want to say it's been a pleasure, my man. And I will definitely be seeing you on 10 of Hearts.
Yeah.
So
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me on there, Wade. It's been an honor, truly.
All right, guys. I will talk to you next time. See you guys. Have an awesome night. And until next week, stay safe this week. All right, guys? And punch today in the face. See ya.
That's right.